Never let the opposite take control. Keep your mind on the money and reach some goals. It's feeling like I'm moving backwards. Everybody around me be acting. Never let a nigga catch you like.
Hey, sous chefs, and welcome back to another installment here at the Melting Pot. I'm your host, Sly.
I'm Cardi the Don.
In today's episode, it's going to be ghosting. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to be talking about ghosting. So if you've ever been talking to someone platonic or relationship-wise and you've been ghosted, I'm glad you clicked on this video because we got y'all.
Are you the ghostie or ghoster?
Typically, I'm the ghoster, but it's always good reason. Like, I don't just leave nobody high and dry for no reason. It's usually because they said some off the wall stuff or they on some complete weirdo energy. And I'm just like, yeah, this already red flag, not gonna work out.
I think I'm a both. Like, I have been ghosted, I ain't gonna cap. But I'm definitely, I don't know, it's just like people they be boring. We just not on not on the same page, the same book.
Yeah, that's another thing.
So I don't know. It's just like, I don't know why it's so hard to read between the lines of what we're talking about and just be here in the moment. And it's just, I don't know, it'd be a lot. So I be going.
Yeah, I think it's also hard, especially when, you're doing this all over text, because it's kind of hard. Like, some people, everybody read text messages differently. Like, we all are our own person. So, like, we all interpret it different. So, what may be a stale, boring conversation to you may be the world to the other person on the other end of the screen. You know what I'm saying? And I just find that weird. Like, because like one time this person was like, well, what happened? I thought, we was doing good, da da da. It was boring to me though, so I get that.
Yeah, because it's like that, what you doing? What you doing?
Every hour on the hour. That's the first way to get under my skin. Like, that's annoying. That's the same thing I was doing 30 minutes ago, bro. Like, if you say what you doing,
watching a movie,
or I'm at work. Work not gonna be over in another 30 minutes when you gonna ask me again. So, like, what's the problem? Like,
and if I say chilling, my chill time is very long. Unless I say chilling before I go to the store, chilling before I go to work, But if I'm off, my chill time is probably going to be for the rest of the day. Yeah, I have nowhere to go.
So yeah, like, but because we're just gonna lay it out. Number one. So the first thing is, if you're boring, like, that's the easiest way to get ghosted. Like, and you don't really feel bad in the moment. When you think about it, it's like, dang, you are kind of leaving them high and dry. But, like, I don't never really feel that remorse. I'm sorry. I'm just going to keep it going. Yeah, right. Like, it's like, you're boring. Like, it's nothing that helped me to the conversation. But I guess one could argue, like, they don't really know. Argue. Yeah, one could argue, like, they don't really know what to say. Or, like, maybe we didn't give them that much of a allotted time. So, like, say we've been talking for, like, a day. It's been a day. It's kind of been okay, still, basic boring questions when you just getting to, know somebody or talk to somebody. And it's, what you think in your head boring. So it's like, okay, you cut them off of that day. The next day, they like, good morning. Seeing that good morning text, I'm
going about my day.
Right. So, like, yeah, it's like, okay. So I think, maybe I'm like, dang, couldn't.
Nah, I'm not going for it.
So, okay, so what are your allowed days? Like, how many days I'm not giving?
Unless you tell me that I'm the first person you ever talked to, you should have a little more conversation. Like, right now, I got a few little things up. Like, I know my favorite color, got that to say. Like, come on now, but what you doing, it's kind of boring. Like,
so how many days? You give it a day and that's it?
No, I'm gonna give you 3 good days.
Yeah, I say 3. No, I say that's because
I might find somebody else within those 3 days. So I'm texting both y'all at the same time. Hunger Games type. So I'm gonna give you 3 good days. 3.
Yeah, 3 days.
And then if what you date me from day 1 to day 3, red 9/18 at 4:34 p.m.
I like to kind of jump into it. Like, I just like, either take it like something deep, we go to a deep route where we're talking about something deep, or we're talking about just something that has a strong foundation but random. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be random, but it's entertaining. Like tell me the craziest thing you did or something, or craziest thing you did on vacation, or what's the weirdest thing that happened to you last week? But like something like that. Like if we take it in either of those directions, I'm usually it's more of a successful route for me personally.
But the problem I have with that, if I gotta be the one that's always initiating the conversation, that's gonna piss me off too. Like I'm fine with talking about that, but like day one, I might initiate the conversation. Day two, I'm gonna need you to be the initiator, the host of the show. Day three, we can both do it. But if it's day 1, 2, and 3, I'm initiating. Nah, that's gonna blow me too. And then I can't stand up. What you want me to say?
Mm-hmm. So that brings us to number 2. Exactly that. Like you don't want to be the one having to carry the conversation on your back constantly, because that's tiring. It's annoying, and it's like I interpret it as okay. Maybe you're not feeling the conversation as much as I am, not into me as much as I am to you, or vice versa. So it's like okay, I'm doing all the talking. Like you give me dry text, I'm giving you life. Like what's going on? Like. So yeah, that's another way to get blocked, phone deleted, on to the next person.
I'm so quick to slide over and delete.
Yeah, so it's just
another thing I can't stand. Even though I know I do it, I don't like it done to me. Like if you gonna text me, and if you gonna text me and you're not gonna respond, turn your red receipts off. That is so rude.
Am I a bad person, y'all? Because I never had those on. Like I never.
Like mine are.
I don't care who you are.
So I do read your message. You'll never know. But now, when you piss me off, sometimes I will, because you can individually turn it off in like personal conversation. So when you piss me off, I'm gonna turn it on and let you know that I read it. Mm. But for the most part, it's off, so you would never know that I read your message.
I'm saying mine's is always off.
But I mean, I don't have to physically read it, because I definitely do see it come across the screen.
I'm definitely a notification bar reader.
Yeah, like, I will read the top of that screen so quick.
Why waste my time going into the app if I don't have to? Like, especially if it's for something non-important.
Right, and I just feel like whatever I can't see from the notification bar, then it ain't meant to be read.
Yeah.
Unless I don't know, you talking some stuff, I can, like.
Well, if you into it with somebody,
yeah, then I'm gonna have to see the whole Bible verse you just
exactly. It's always paragraphs on paragraphs. But
but it's easy to ghost though. Like it's so easy. You know why?
Because we don't have to do it in person.
Yeah.
I think we're all cowards in that way, because how many of y'all have actually ghosted somebody to their face, like straight up? Y'all at a party
and don't care.
Right? Y'all out to dinner, like
Because how can you sit with somebody that's paying,
right?
and be like, unless it's just like my mom just got sick. I'm gonna let you go. Unless you just got to go. But for the most part, you're not gonna sit there. You're gonna sit through the whole thing. What is
this? A 2004 rom-com? You give me some lame excuse like that. God forbid that the mother's actually sick.
It's a pandemic now. So
but I mean, excluding the pandemic. But like, if you hear that, you can be like, dang, they try to ghost you right now. Like that's that hurt. Like that's to your face. Like that's crazy.
You should have been better. You should have brought more to the date.
Yeah, you can't win them all. So that's called dating.
Oh, what they say? You can't win a race. I put a few band-aids on your nipples.
I never heard that.
It was some horrible bosses. It's really not relevant.
Oh, okay. It was a very long quote, and I just had to know where it came from.
Wait, okay, so you're on a date, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you met him on Tinder. He told you he was 6'2". He's 5'1" at this date. He told you that
See, that's the point. Y'all lying. See, don't lie.
Like his picture was him. His picture was him, but he did it from the mirror, so of course everybody looks like. Anyway, so he told you that he was a nurse. He's a male CNA. Okay. And he told you that he drives a Cadillac truck. he does drive a truck, but it's not that. So now that you're here, and you've been talking about Tinder for like 3 weeks. So now that you're here, and he's short, not who he said he was, and his mom dropped him off, but he's paying for dinner.
Well, say if I seen all of this firsthand, like I pull up to the restaurant and he pull up to the restaurant, right? And I see him and I'm like, oh yeah, guess that's him, But he's not the height. I see he gets dropped off. Then I'm probably gonna turn. I'm not gonna get into the restaurant.
You got to the table first.
But okay, and I was gonna give you that. But that's my first scenario. Okay. So, if I would have called it beforehand,
that's an easy go. Like if you see him,
if I'm there, I mean, I'm gonna sit through the dinner. I will let him pay. And then when he asked if we could do this again, I'm like, I'll check my schedule. And I won't check my schedule.
But what if he be like, check your schedule now?
Well, I mean, eventually I will get to the point where I'm like, yeah, I just wasn't feeling it. Because first of all, I mean, you lie. I don't like liars. That's first of all, like, I don't really know anybody who do like liars, but I really don't like liars. Like, I don't even like when, my friends lie, especially if you lying about stupid stuff. Now I see you get a little insecure about your little height. You got the baby syndrome, so I get that. But like, nah, that ain't cool because that just ain't cool. Like what? Like,
okay.
Because that's catfishing. That goes into catfishing territory.
I mean,
even though it was him, he just exaggerated on some parts.
He exaggerated some parts, right? So
borderline catfish.
Is that or maybe he just didn't know how to approach you.
You could have just been honest. I mean, honesty will get you really far. Yes, sir.
All right. So if he would have been honest and told you that he was 5'1", a CNA, you not already know the answer. And
glad you know.
He 5'1", a CNA, and he drove a 2004 Ford Expedition. You never give him a chance.
I don't have a problem with the car because at least he has one.
He looks okay in the face card department.
Okay, get some points.
He's not lacking in the face card department.
Yeah, not mad at the car because at least he got one. There's a lot of people who don't have cars. The job, I don't care about the job, but I mean, I'll just be like, you ain't gotta lie about what you do. At least you got a job. Like I just said, right? At least you got a job. A lot of people who ain't got that either. But the height is a firm standard for me. Like, no. That would diminish the rest of those, especially because it's such a short difference. You said 5'1".
5'1".
Yeah, that's too. Like maybe some leeway between like 5'9", probably my lowest, but anything past that, no.
So if you Cardi the Don's height, you got a chance. Cause I'm 5'9".
I'm fine. You're not 5'9".
I am.
Oh God.
I am.
Oh. Maybe depending on face card, but please be at least 5'11". So thank you.
Yeah, see, I mean, okay, this is him.
He's sitting down.
I know we in the car or something.
Okay.
Sit up.
I'm sitting.
So you said that this don't work
on the phone,
right? Like, see.
No, it's not about sitting down in location, about standing up, taking pictures.
When I stand up, I'm not that much shorter than you. I come to like a chest.
You're short, but it's okay. It works for you.
It does work for me.
So, all right, so I'm gonna flip all of that back onto you. So, get you a little chica, and she lied about her job.
At least she's employed.
She ain't got no car. Let's switch it. She has a baby daddy and they cordial. The baby daddy comes and drops her off at your date.
Can he fight?
Can you fight? Can't most dudes fight?
He got a gun?
Probably it's Atlanta. We're talking straight Atlanta, so.
Well, I believe my mother got sick. Unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to.
I'm crying. And why is that? Because of the baby daddy thing, or because of everything together? Like she's lying about her job.
I mean, I'll see.
She okay? She like a 5 in the look department.
I'll see they like lie. They all say they nurses.
They do. They do. Why y'all be lying out there? Like what?
Because of the end part of the CNA.
Oh, okay.
But no, so
I'm not about tripping the Sally part of the nurse.
So I'm not tripping about that. But you know that baby daddy thing, it weighs
rattles, rattles some stuff.
Too much baggage.
Too much baggage.
That's what I'm gonna kick. Yeah, it's too much for me. But
I remember what it was the earlier thing you said. Baggage helped me. All right, so so you were talking about, you was talking to somebody and y'all just not in the same space. You know what I'm saying? I've talked to. Well, I didn't even talk to them. Somebody asked me out at one of my old jobs, and I was still in college at the time. They were pushing on 30's door. They were like 28 or something. And they were living with roommates. He didn't have a car. And I was working in a restaurant, so he was a dishwasher. So, yeah, he wanted to cook me dinner, the whole shebang. And it's just like, oh, that's a really big age difference. It was like, we don't really have nothing in common for real. Besides a couple music artists we like. But yeah, so it's just like just being in different places at your life, that weighs in too, because you pushing on 30, you don't got your own place, you ain't got no car, you don't actually I was getting paid more than him at the same job. Like, so, and I was still in school, so it's like, and he was an okay looker. He did have the height though, so but yeah, that didn't go at all. But there was no ghost or nothing. I just told him straight. I was like, I don't really know.
So you.
Yeah, that was I did a rejection to the face before.
Oh dang, you seen the regret to him for me?
Yeah, right to the face. And he gave me a look. He actually played it off. He's like, you gonna change your mind. You gonna change your mind. Like he did it in a playful way, I guess, to corrupt the embarrassment and the shame and the hurt. But yeah. And I laughed it off too. And I was like, please walk away. In my head, please walk away. Like,
have y'all communicated since?
Oh no, that was a long time ago. But we were still like, co-workers at work. So it wasn't awkward, but I've actually and then I've had another time. This was at a different workplace, different guy asked me, but let me tell y'all, this is so wild. So this wasn't even a ghost. Like, this was a straight up rejection. And I told him about it. Because he told me a whole story about how he almost got married. He was in a relationship for maybe 3 years, I think. It was like 3 or 4 years. And he was about to marry this girl. The girl ended up cheating, but he cheated first. And he also had a history of, not being faithful. And he told me that he's shiesty, because he told me that he slept with his best friend since way back when they was kids, mother, never told him about it. That's part of the reason that tied into his failed marriage, that, he didn't get married yet, but he bought the girl a ring and everything. So he was telling me all of this, hadn't talked to the guy for maybe an hour. Like, we had on some just met, hey, my name is this, let's get through this shift together. Boom, 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 boom. And break time came, followed me to the break room, and I was like, bro, like, break time is break time. I don't want to talk to you. Like, I was giving you dry conversation the whole time we was working together. So it's like, you ain't reading the room. Like, it's not over text. Like, I'm serving facial expressions. Like, bro, like, stop talking to me. Don't follow me to the break room. So I had to give an excuse. I was like, I'm gonna go to my car. And I sat in my car. I probably called one of my friends, to be honest, to tell him about the whole situation. Break came and went, because breaks be fast. So I came back, he asked me, I pulled out my phone to see how much time we had left before it was time to go home. And he said, "Oh, you have an iPhone." I said, "Yeah." And at that moment, y'all, I knew I messed up. I said, "Bro," I was like, he finna ask me for a number or something. So he asked me for, it was either my number or he asked me for my number. I said, "I don't give my number out." You know, ladies, we use that excuse all the time. And he was like, "Okay, you got Snapchat?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I don't be on Snapchat like that." So then he was like, "Okay, well, just let me know if you want to FaceTime. You're real cool, da 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 da." I said, "We can't FaceTime because you're not getting my number." Like, we kind of went through that already. And yeah, so I had just told him, and I was like, next time you kind of want to holler at somebody, don't tell them this whole history about how you done did some shicey stuff. You done had a failed marriage. You're not loyal. And
sleeping with your best friend.
Right, you sleeping with your best friend, mama. Like, don't tell, like, what type of opener is that? Like, don't tell that to nobody else. Like, that was a wild day, y'all. But yeah, so bringing me back to my point, when you're just in different places at your life, would you want to talk to somebody who got 2 kids? They maybe no older than like 2 years older than you.
If you got kids, it's a no for me.
Yeah, if you got kids in general, like it's a no.
Cause I'm not stepping up to the plate for nobody.
Yeah, I said, nah, too young to be playing step parent, like trying to take care of myself. So
exactly.
barely. So yeah, it's just like, you gotta kind of be in the same place in life.
I'm not picking nobody's child up from nowhere. That's just too.
Now I did have a friend though, and it's working out real well for her, and that's good for them. But I do feel that like she do stepmom duties.
I know a lot of females that do stepmom duties.
Yeah, and it worked out for her, but it don't work out for everybody. Not everybody built for that too. Like trying to step up to all that.
Outside of all the females that I know that do stepdaddy for whatever reason, they be good looking too. But I know a guy that 2 guys that play stepdaddy. One of them got married, and the other one is dating the girl, and I'm pretty sure they'll get married too. In my life, not too much. I'm not stepping up to the plate for nobody. Call me shallow, and my kid. What Miss Pat say? We can insert that right there. Okay. Yeah. And you can't really hold me accountable for wanting to not want to deal with your kids.
No, I don't think people really expect that. Because I mean, if you're a person with a kid, I don't think most people. I will give people the
some people do.
Doubt.
Some people do.
I mean, some people will, but that's because they coming into the relationship with wrong intentions anyway. They want somebody to take care of them so they can stop working. That's what that is. But most people who been doing fine before you showed up as an option in their life, they don't expect you to be. And if y'all a good parent, y'all shouldn't even be letting all these folks y'all date and meet your kids anyway. But
that's topic for another day.
Yeah, topic for another day. But yeah, I will give most people the benefit of the doubt that they don't expect you to step up to the plate. You're not the father, right?
And to wrap this up, we discovered that she is a ghoster. I have been ghosted, but I will ghost you. And don't expect me to step up to the plate. Anything else we actually add to the minutes?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, so the meeting is adjourned.
Let us know what you think in the comment section below. I'm your host, Sly.
Oh, shoot, we got to add that little subscribe thing up in there now.
Yeah, okay.
I'm Cardi the Dawn.
And this has been The Melting Pot. Be sure to follow us on the socials above at Twitter at The Melting Pot 16, Instagram at The Real Melting Pot, and Facebook.
And don't forget to subscribe right here on our YouTube channel at
The Melting Pot.
DJ, take us out.
Never let the opposite take control. Keep your mind on the money and reach some goals. It's feeling like I'm moving backwards. Everybody around me be acting. Never let a nigga catch you lacking. All my niggas is dying, what happened? Better pray to God or you gon' lose your soul. Cause these niggas plotting, man, this world is cold. Got the heart of a lion, I'll never fold. I'm a dying legend, I'm made out of gold. Hey, I know my haters checking on me, I've been doing great. I had to put myself in this position to show myself niggas is not competition.